Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The Hyatt is no more and the Sheraton steps in. Also tonight, a local man held in custody for an alleged assault.
And later, an island artist speaks. In sports, we fly over to Guam to see the Greens. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese.
Hafa and Tito Commonwealth, thank you for tuning in. Will the former Hyatt be a Sheraton? The search is on for an international brand for the legacy property. Our Chris Nelson has more.
November is the target date to reopen the former Hyatt property in Garapan. Work has already begun. Landscapers have been rehired to maintain the garden this week. The company says they have inked a preliminary MOU with the Sheraton brand, which is part of the Marriott Group. More tonight with new owner David Hood.
Portapia was here for a long time. They knew the property well. Hyatt was a management company, but what can you do that, essentially I think they got tired of losing money. It's been a tough go in the hotel industry the last few years here. What is your sort of plan to turn the property around? Who's going to help you do it?
Well, of course, I hired Gloria Kavanaugh, and she's going to be very instrumental in doing that. And you know, everybody knows her here. She's got her ties to tourism, and so I think we're going to do things differently. We're going to be more tied into tourism and not just relying on the brand name. And I think there's a lot of different things that we'll do. So it's exciting because, I mean, look at this garden. There's nothing like this anywhere here. So I think we will just have to work very hard.
The property is expected to be franchise operated, which means Hood will operate the property under the franchisor's brand and brand standards.
What is the plan going forward as far as the lease had some restrictions in there as far as wanting an internationally managed hotel? Is that going to be a franchise? Are you going to bring in a company that manages, or what's the plan going forward, or do you know yet?
We're actually working on that right now. We're in talks with the Hilton and the Marriott, so we're not sure which one it'll be yet, but we're making progress there, and we look forward that this will be a name brand hotel. It will not be the Hyatt. Unfortunately, they don't want to continue, but the Hilton and the Marriott looks very promising.
Okay. What's the plan when you look at November, December?
Yeah, we definitely want to start the Regency Club because that was my favorite place, and we'll start that in the way that it was before, and then we have the south wing over here that we can flow into that if we need extra rooms. So we're certainly not going to open up all 329 rooms right away.
What's your background coming into this project? Have you ever done a project this big before?
Yeah, I've been a contractor and a developer for 35 years. We've taken on projects like this before. This will be not a problem for us. We'll handle the construction here. And then Gloria, has so much experience with managing the PIC and a few other hotels that we're excited to have her on board. So
anything you're planning? I know you're still in the sort of brainstorming stage, but you've thought about this for 4 months. Is there anything when you look at the renovations and some of the things that you're going to do, is there anything that's going to be new or something that you want to do that people can look forward to?
That's a great question. I think we'll constantly be brainstorming here. But I think when you look around, this place was very good for couples and honeymooners, but not a lot of activity for the children. So we're going to try to incorporate some of that here where we have a little of both. I think that'll be healthy, and look forward to some ideas that we're toying with right now.
The property is expected to be a franchise, which means Hood will operate the property under the franchisor's brand and brand standards. Gloria Kavanaugh has assumed the role of general manager.
What's it mean to you personally? How are you feeling?
Oh, you know what? I was really about to call it quits, I think. And when David approached me about this project a couple of months ago, I had time to think about it, and it's very exciting. I mean, this property is absolutely gorgeous, and it's something that is very close to David himself.
Do you have a budget? Do you have sort of a game plan of what the property needs to get up to a brand standard that you're looking at? Based on the lease agreement itself, it's probably around $40 million. That's based on the lease agreement. But once we get down to the nitty-gritty with the actual brand, they're going to tell us what we actually need, and then we could price it out from there. Anything you want the public to know?
We're back. And it's still very beautiful property. We're going to be doing a lot of renovations here, and we just want everyone to be happy that, this property did not go to waste. And as soon as we open, we want to welcome you with open arms and treat you well again.
A local man in custody is denied release as DPS investigation continues. 40-year-old Ray Anthony Fitio is taken into custody after a domestic violence incident. Between Thursday, August 29 and Monday, September 2nd, DPS says victim was held hostage in a Dandan home. Police say during the course of those 5 days, the victim was kept in a room with just a container for relief, while Fitio physically and sexually assaulted the victim. Bail is set to $30,000. A witness requested for bail modification where Fitio could be released under custodian supervision. The judge denied this request. Preliminary hearing is set for September 11th, arraignment set for September 23rd.
A new call center is predicted to grow from 10 jobs to 50. More tonight with a new captain of a major local communications company.
The new chief executive officer of Docomo Pacific says the company is not for sale. Locally born Christine Belletto took over the Docomo range this summer and says that was one of the first questions she asked before accepting the position.
We likewise on Guam, we're hearing all the rumors, and so when the board approached me about taking this position, it was one of the first things I asked because they neither confirmed or denied to us. So, I think everybody was left in the dark. And then just quite honestly, Docomo, which in Japan used to be a public company, and when NTT bought them out completely and it became a wholly owned subsidiary, there's been a lot of changes in the company. So that's why there was just this, transition, if you will, where there was a lot of things that needed to get settled. But I was assured we are not for sale. They will be keeping Docomo. On top of that, we actually have coming out next week the president and CEO of NTT Global.
Boleto has been part of Docomo for the last 5 years. She previously served as the chief financial officer and has worked in both public and private jobs over her business career.
What do you see happening in the next year or two for consumers?
So we're going to continue to shift, and we've been prepared for the cord cutting that's been happening over the last few years, especially as more and more people get like more content, through some of these apps like Netflix, Prime Video, all of those kinds of things. So we established GTV, which is basically your cable fed through the internet, and that's going to be the transition for us and our customers.
The CEO helped open a new local call center that is eventually predicted to grow to 50 jobs. Boleto says there are some new things in the works.
We're always looking for the next best thing. So the ORAN department out of NTT is coming up with some cutting edge technology that we can't really speak to the details, but we're hoping to be able to see some of the test labs by the end of this year. And once we establish that, we'll invite the media out to come take a look at the new things that Docomo Pacific is going to be launching.
Coming up, Del Benson. Need I say more? He will.
And 3 young men return to Saipan.
If you thought one napkin for the quarter pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Welcome back. You may not know Del Benson's face or even his first name, but you probably know his photographs. They grace the walls of the Saipan airport and the halls of this television studio. He shot the vista of Suicide Cliff that looms right behind us. Well, Del is teaching a free photography workshop on this island this Saturday, and he accepted an invitation to discuss the art of seeing with us. Del Benson arrived on Saipan in 1991 with his growing family. He taught vocational training at Marianas High School until he realized that he could make a living following his passion. Now he has the time to share with us from a lifetime of lessons learned.
The art of seeing. I say the art of seeing because that's what photography is. The phones have made things very simple, but it makes us sloppy and lazy. The big cameras, which I do have, and I use it when I'm doing my serious stuff, but it's amazing what you can do with the phone. The idea is I want to teach people to be very, I was going to say cognizant, but thinking about what they're going to record or photograph. That's why I call it the art of seeing.
So Del was willing to show me an example of how he sees a still subject. How would you capture the essence of that?
Well, first off, I would assess immediately what is the lighting.
Yeah.
The lighting's not bad because it's not, because what I see is the texture of the rocks and the brown of the rocks. Because they are the lightest and brightest in the scene, and that's what your eye will go look for.
Is the quality of art open to interpretation?
Some stuff is bad. And some people say, oh, but that's art, it's interpretation. No, in photography, there are some principles of design. Some people say, oh, you can break the rules. Well, do you break the rules? Are they beneficial to what you're trying to do? Because within the image, as you evaluate, you're going to say, where does my eye go? What draws the attention? And you look at principles of design, you have color, you have randomness, you have rule of thirds, and there's the conch shell, the nautilus shell perspective. You're looking at line, you're looking at shape. So you have different elements that you're looking at to create eye movement and to tell your story.
The workshop is free. I asked Del, why would you teach a class for free?
Because I like to teach, and there's a lot of people that want some ideas of how to improve their work, even if it's the mom, and especially the mom who wants to take pictures of the kids.
Does everyone have an artistic vision, or does that have to be developed?
But they don't see it, in my opinion, they don't see it from they don't say it the way I do, or you do, an artist, because, okay, we're driving down the road and I see something and it may just be the light. Or my wife, I'm looking at my wife a certain way and she goes, you're seeing lighting, aren't you?
For those of you who know Del Benson, when you get him talking about light, he can get pretty animated.
For some people, if we're fat, then if you got a flat light, it makes us look fatter. But if we throw a shadow and we have some dark recesses and lights here, then it thins us out. And so, and again, the shape of people's faces, their eyes, their nose, their brow, and depending on where the light. That's why I like shooting old people, because there's far more character in an old person.
And Del continued to talk about light and creation as I quietly left the room. The Art of Seeing free photography workshop is this Saturday at 1:30 p.m. at Spicy Thai Noodle in Puerto Rico. There's a $15 lunch buffet available at 1 p.m., but bring your own camera or phone and your open eyes.
This is a segment of the news we like to call Welcome to Saipan, where our Jason Sanchez greets arriving air travelers and asks them where they have been and what they're looking forward to in Saipan.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeffrey Baker. I'm from the mainland, Washington State. And what are your plans? I'm a merchant mariner. I am on the vessels that you see out on the water here for the military.
While on leave, Jeffrey has been to Saipan 5 or 6 times before. So Jason asked what he likes so much about the island.
The people. Just in general, the people are very nice out here, welcoming. And I'm not even lying. I've had to have help, and it's never a bad vibe around here. I'll give you that.
MJ is returning to Saipan after 10 years away. He is now living in Arizona. What does he look forward to during his visit?
My name is MJ. Yeah. I'm flying from Arizona, mainland, U.S. Just hang out, man, I guess. I mean, it's a beautiful island. You got the beaches everywhere, blue water everywhere. So I'm just here to hang out, spend time with my family, and just have a good time, man.
MJ's mom's side is Chamorro, and he lived here during his middle school years. What do you remember from then?
It's got to be the food, man. I mean, everybody comes and everybody talks about how great the food is, how much there is, and it's that, or it's how welcoming everybody is. I mean, you go anywhere and everybody's willing to help out and just be, there for you, no matter where you're from or where you come from. So I feel like that's a very important aspect of our culture.
MD, is there anything you would like to tell your community?
I just wanted to say, I'm very appreciative of my family. Miss Agnes, for one, she does a lot for, Saipan. I really respect her. I really respect all of my family that's here, and I also respect just the culture, And if you're thinking about coming here, then you should, because, honestly, from the heart, it's just cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the mainland, grew up in the mainland. I came here, and I'm like, dang, I miss Saipan.
Ryan is on vacation from Chicago. He was visiting friends in Guam while they suggested he visit Saipan.
Hey, happy day. Yeah, I'm Ryan. I'm from Guam.
What did your friends recommend you see?
I want to visit some of the historical sites, check out the beaches, obviously. Any recommendations, I'm up for it, man.
And how do you like Saipan so far?
It's hot. It's super hot. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Next in sports, we take a look at what it takes to run a golf course.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! A former Saipan resident now living on Guam goes green. Let's take a look. John Kramer, a former SEA director at Pacific Islands Club Saipan, is now managing a golf course on Guam. The Country Club of the Pacific has come a long way over the last couple of years and is now one of the top courses on Guam. These 18 holes covers a lot of real estate. Rain can be both a blessing and a curse as the crew works to keep standards high. We asked what it's like to manage a golf course and what the local challenges are.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot of different sides to it. There's the front, like taking the reservations, the front end of it, and that side of it, and the bookings and opening up certain time slots. And then there's the main biggest part really is a part that I just oversee. I'm lucky enough to have a great superintendent with great staff that take care of the course. That's the most important part. And it starts with the greens. You want your greens to be nice. You want your tee boxes to be nice. And then we worry about things like the surround, the bunkers, and the fairways after that. But the main thing is the greens make you the green. So you got to keep them pretty.
The greens are a top priority, and so is sand. Guam is surrounded by it, but you can't use it.
Well, we all know from the days of building beach volleyball courts for me and doing stuff like that at the PICs or in Guam or in Saipan, you can't use the sand from our local beaches. It's restricted to just go and dig up sand and bring it to anywhere. So it's the same thing for a golf course for the bunkers. We have to bring it in.
Kramer says they use a vendor from Japan, and it can get costly to import as routes can go from Philippines to Japan to Guam. We explore the golf course and ask him about his favorite holes.
I like number 2. It's a par 3, fun hole, several different ways to play it. So it's kind of a good hole. And then the scenic holes, though, for if you were looking for something with scenery, 3, 4 are really great view of the coastline, the ocean, and the course. Those are pretty ones.
On hole 3, a long par 4, an iconic hut sits perfect for enjoying the beautiful scenery. The course includes some high-tech features that give players, especially visiting ones, a preview of what the terrain ahead looks like. It's actually pretty cool.
If you go to the QR code, you scan it, and then it gives you a flyby. It sends you to a link that gives you a flyby of the hole. So you can see, you can download actually every hole at one time, and then you have them on there and you can get a flyby of the hole before you play it.
Country Club of the Pacific is open 7 days a week. With tourism on Guam facing some of the same struggles as the Northern Marianas, Kramer has been focusing much more on the local market. On Guam, Sakuraka Halstead for the KSPN2 News.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, we'll have a 40% chance of scattered showers with a low temperature of 77 degrees. Now, the weekend should be a nice one. There's only a 20% chance of scattered showers throughout Saturday and Sunday, with only light variable winds. Highs in the upper 80s and lows in the upper 70s. The sun sets tonight at 6:26 p.m. and rises tomorrow, Saturday, at 6:05 a.m. And with the rising of the sun, the birds will be singing, the water will be glistening, and the invitation to a new day will begin. So, have a great weekend, Saipan, and we will see you in the water or on the land.
That's news, sports, and weather. KSPN2 signing out.
We'll see you on Monday.